Ezekiel chapter 13. The word of Adonai came to me, saying, Son of man, prophesy concerning the prophets of Israel who are prophesying. Say to those who prophesy out of their own heart, Hear the word of Adonai. Thus says Adonai Elohim, Woe to the foolish prophets who follow their own spirit, except they have seen nothing. O Israel, your prophets have been like jackals among ruins. You have not gone up in the branches and repaired the walls for the house of Israel, to stand in the battle in the day of Adonai. They have prophesied emptiness and predicted falsely, who say, Adonai says, Adonai has not sent them. Yet they hope for confirmation of their word. Did you not see an empty vision and speak a false omen when you say, Adonai says, when I have not spoken? Therefore, thus says Adonai Elohim, because you have spoken falsely and prophesied lies, therefore, behold, I am against you. It is a declaration of Adonai. My hand will be against the peoples who see false visions and utterly lying divinations. They will not remain in the assembly of my people, nor will they be recorded in the register of the house of Israel, nor enter into the land of Israel. You will know that I am Adonai, precisely because they have led my people astray, saying, Shalom, when there is no shalom. They build a weak wall. Behold, they plaster it over with whitewash. Say to those who plaster it over with whitewash that it will fall. There will be a downpouring rain, and on your great hailstones will fall, and a storm wind will break out. Behold, when the wall has fallen, will it not be said about you, Where is the whitewash that you plastered it with? Therefore, thus says Adonai Elohim, I will cause a storm wind to burst out in my fury. There will be a downpouring rain in my anger, and great hailstones in destructive wrath. I will tear down the wall that you have plastered with whitewash and bring it down to the ground, so that the foundation of it is exposed. It will collapse and you will be consumed within it. Then you will know that I am Adonai. I will spend my wrath against the wall and against those who plastered it with whitewash. I will say to you, the wall is no more. The whitewashers are no more. The prophets of Israel will prophesy to Jerusalem and see visions of shalom for her when there is no shalom. It is a declaration of Adonai. Now you, son of man, set your face against the daughters of your people who prophesy out of their own imagination. Prophesy against them, saying, Thus says Adonai Elohim, Oi to the women who sew magic charms on all their wrists and make veils of every size for their heads in order to ensnare souls. You hunt down the souls of my people, but preserve yourselves. You have profaned me among my people for a handful of barley and crumbs of bread, to kill those who should not die and to save those who should not live, by lying to my people who listen to lies. Therefore, thus says Adonai Elohim, Behold, I am against your magic charms with which you hunt people like birds. I will tear them from your arms. I will deliver the people you hunt like birds. I will tear off your veils and deliver my people from your hands. They will never again be in your hand to be hunted. So you will know that I am Adonai. Because you have discouraged the hearts of the righteous with your lies, when I have not grieved him, and strengthened the hands of the wicked, so he may not return from his wicked way and live. Therefore you will no longer see false visions or utter lying divinations again. I will deliver my people out of your hand. Then you will know that I am Adonai. Chapter 14. Some of the elders of Israel came to me and sat before me. The word of Adonai came to me, saying, Son of man, these men have set up idols in their hearts. They have put the stumbling block of their iniquity right before their faces. Should I let them inquire of me at all? Therefore speak to them and say to them, Thus says Adonai Elohim, every man from the house of Israel will set up idols in his hearts and put and puts the stumbling block of his iniquity right before his face, and then comes to the prophet, I, Adonai, will answer him as he comes with the multitude of his idols, so I may take hold of the house of Israel in their hearts, for they have all become estranged from me through their idols. Therefore say to the house of Israel, Thus says Adonai Elohim, Return, turn away from your idols, turn your faces from all your abominations. For anyone from the house of Israel or the outsider who dwell in Israel, who breaks himself away from me, takes idols into his heart, puts the stumbling block of his iniquity before his face, and then comes to the prophet to inquire of me through him, I, Adonai, will answer him myself. I will set my face against that man. I will make him a sign and a proverb and cut him off from among my people. Then you will know that I am Adonai. When the prophet is deceived and speaks a word, I, Adonai, have deceived that prophet. I will stretch out my hand against him. I will destroy him from among my people, Israel. They will bear their punishment. The punishment of the prophet will be the same as the punishment of the inquirer, so that the house of Israel will not wander again from me or defile themselves again with all their transgressions. They will be my people, and I will be their God. It is a declaration of Adonai. The word of Adonai came to me, saying, Son of man, suppose a land sins against me and by trespassing grievously, and I stretch out my hand over it, break off its staff of bread, send famine upon it, and cut it off from man and beast. Even if these three men, Noah, Daniel, and Job, be in it, they would only deliver their own souls by their righteousness. It is a declaration of Adonai. If I cause evil beasts to pass through the land, and they ravage it and make it a wasteland, so that no one would pass through because of the beast, even if these three men were in it, as I live, says Adonai, they will not deliver sons or daughters, they would only deliver themselves. But the land will be desolate. Or if I bring a sword on that land and say, Let the sword go through the land, so that I cut off man and beast from it, though these three men were in it, as I live, says Adonai, they will not deliver sons or daughters, or they will only deliver themselves. Or suppose I were to send a plague to that land and pour out my fury upon it in blood, to cut off man and beast from it. Even if Noah, Daniel, and Job were in it, as I live, says Adonai, they would not deliver either a son or a daughter. They would deliver only themselves by their righteousness. For thus Adonai says, How much more if I send my 4 dreadful judgments against Jerusalem, the sword, the famine, the evil beast, and the plague, to cut man and beast off from it. Yet, behold, survivors would remain in it who would be brought out, both sons and daughters. Behold, when they come to you, you see their ways and their deeds. You would be comforted concerning the evil that I have brought against Jerusalem, all that I have brought on it. They would comfort you when you see their ways and their deeds. So you will know that I had not done all that I had done without cause. It is a declaration of Adonai. Chapter 15. The word of Adonai came to me, saying, Son of man, how can the wood of a vine be better than the branch of any tree that is among the trees of the forest? Can wood be taken from it to make anything useful? Can a peg be made from it to hang anything on? Behold, when it is cast in the fire for fuel, both ends are devoured in fire, and the middle is charred. Is it useful for any work? Look, when it was whole, it was not useful for any work. How much less when the fire has devoured it and is charred, will it be useful for any work? Therefore, thus says Adonai Elohim, like the vines wood among the trees of the forest that I have given to the fire for fuel, so I will give up the inhabitants of Jerusalem. I will set my face against them. Even if they come out of the fire will yet devour them. So you will know that I am Adonai when I set my face against them. I will make the land desolate because they have acted so faithlessly. It is a declaration of Adonai. Chapter 16. The word of Adonai came to me, saying, Son of man, confront Jerusalem with her abominations, and say, Thus says Adonai to Jerusalem, Your origin and your birth are from the land of the Canaanite. Your father was an Amorite, and your mother was a Hittite. As for your birth, on the day you were born, your umbilical cord was not cut, nor were you washed in water for cleansing. You were never rubbed with salt, nor were you swaddled at all. No eye pitied you enough to do any of these things to you out of compassion. Instead, you were cast out in the open field, for you were detested on the day you were born. When I passed by you, I saw you kicking in your blood, and I said to you, In your blood, live. Yes, I said to you, In your blood, live. I made you grow as myriads, like a branch of the field. You grew up, got tall, and came to full adornment. Your breasts were formed, your hair sprouted, yet you were naked and bare. Again I passed by and saw you, and behold, you were truly at the time of love. I spread the corner of my garment over you and covered your nakedness. I swore to you and entered into a covenant with you, says Adonai. So you became mine. Then I washed you with water, rinsed off your blood from on you, and anointed you with oil. I clothed you with embroidery and put sandals of fine leather on you. I wrapped you in fine linen and covered you with silk. I adorned you with jewelry, but put bracelets on your hand and a necklace on your neck. I put a ring in your nose, earrings on your ears, and a crown of glory on your head. So you were adorned with gold and silver, and your raiment was of fine linen, silk, and embroidery. You ate fine flour, honey, and oil. You became exceedingly beautiful and advanced to the kingdom. Your fame spread among the nations because of your beauty, for it was perfect, though my splendor, which I bestowed on you, it is a declaration of Adonai. But you trusted in your beauty and used your fame to become a harlot. You poured out your enticements on everyone who passed by. They were his. You took your garments and made high places decked out with various colors and fornicated on them. This should not happen. It should not be. You also took your jewelry, my gold and my silver, which I gave you, made male images for yourself, and committed harlotry with them. You took your embroidered garments, covered them, and placed my oil and my incense before them. My bread that I gave you, fine flour, oil, and honey that I fed you with, you set before them as a sweet aroma. That is what happened. It is a declaration of Adonai. You took your sons and daughters whom you bore for me and sacrificed them to be eaten by them. Were you obscene practices not enough? You slaughtered my children, making them pass through fire for them. In all your abominations and harlotry, you have not remembered the days of your youth, when you were naked and bare, kicking about in your blood. So it was after all your wickedness. Oi, oi to you, it is a declaration of Adonai. Then you built a mound for yourself. You made a high place for yourself in every square. You built your lofty place at the head of every street. You made your beauty an abomination. You spread your legs for everyone passing by and multiplied your harlotry. You committed immorality with the Egyptians, your lustful neighbors. You multiply your prostitution to provoke me. So behold, I stretched out my hand over you. I diminished your ration. I gave you over to those who hate you, the daughters of the Philistines, who were ashamed of your indecent conduct. Then you also played the harlot with the Assyrians, never being satisfied. You played the harlot with them, and still you were not satisfied. So you multiplied your harlotry toward the land of merchants, Chaldea, yet even with this you were not satisfied. How weak is your heart? It is a declaration of Adonai Elohim. While you are doing all these things, the work of a shameful harlot, when you build your mound at the head of every road and make your high places in every street, yet you are not like a harlot, since you scoffed at receiving payment. Your adventurous wife receives strangers instead of her husband. To all prostitutes gifts are given, but you gave your gifts to all your lovers. You bribed them to come to you from every side in your harlotry. So you are the opposite of other women. No one runs after you for favors. You give payment and none is given to you. So you are the opposite. Therefore, harlot, hear the word of Adonai. Thus says Adonai Elohim, because your filth was poured out and your nakedness exposed through your harlotry with your lovers, because of all the idols of your abominations, and because of the blood of your children that you gave to them. Therefore, behold, I will gather all your lovers, those you have pleased and all those you have loved, with all of them that you have hated. I will gather them against you from every side. I will expose your nakedness to them, so they may all see your nakedness. So I will judge you as a woman who committed adultery and shed blood are judged. Then I will bring on you the blood of fury and jealousy. I will give you into their hand. They will tear down your mount and break down your high places. They will strip you of your clothes and take your jewelry. They will leave you naked and bare. They will also incite an assembly against you, stone you with stones and thrust you through their swords. They will set your houses on fire and execute judgment on you in the sight of many women. So I will cause you to stop your harlotry. You will never again pay for a lover. So I will calm my fury against you, and my jealousy will turn away from you. Then I will be quiet and angry no longer, because you did not remember the days of your youth, but have enraged me in all these things. Behold, I will also bring your way on your head. It is a declaration of Adonai. Have you not committed this wickedness on top of all your abominations? Behold, everyone who uses proverbs will say this proverb against you, saying, as the mother, so her daughter. You are your mother's daughter who despise her husband and her children. You are the sister of your sisters who despise their husbands and their children. Your mother was a Hittite. Your father was an Amorite. Your elder sister who lives to your left is Samaria. You and her daughters. Your younger sister who lives to your right is Sodom with all her daughters. You have not only walked in their ways and gone after their abominations, but in a very short time you have acted more corruptly than them in all your ways. As I live, it is a declaration of Adonai. Your sister Sodom with her daughters have not done as you have done, you and your daughters. Behold, this was the iniquity of your sister Sodom, pride, gluttony, and careless ease. So had she and her daughters, and she did not strengthen the hand of the poor and needy. So they were haughty and committed abominations before me. Therefore I removed them when I saw it. Moreover, Samaria did not commit even half of your sins. You multiplied your abominations beyond theirs, so you made your sisters seem righteous by all your disgusting things you have done. You also bear your own shame, since you have interceded for your sisters. Because of your sins that you committed, more treacherous than theirs, they appear more righteous than you. So you also be ashamed. Bear your disgrace, since you have justified your sisters. I will return their captivity, the captivity of Sodom and her daughters, the captivity of Samaria and her daughters, and along with them your own captivity. So you will bear your own disgrace and be ashamed of all that you have done in becoming a consolation to them. Your sisters, Sodom and her daughters, Samaria and her daughters, return to their former state. You and your daughters will return to your former state. Was not your sister Sodom an object of scorn to you in the day of your pride, before your own wickedness was exposed. Now you have become an object of scorn for the daughter of Aram and all that surround her, for the daughters of the Philistines, for all around who despise you. You will bear your wickedness and your abominations. It is a declaration of Adonai. For thus says Adonai Elohim, I will do to you just as you have done, since you despise the oath by breaking the covenant. Nevertheless, I will remember my covenant with you in the days of your youth. Moreover, I will establish an everlasting covenant with you. Then you will remember your ways and be ashamed. When you receive your older and younger sisters, I will give them to you for daughters, yet not because of your covenant. So I will establish my covenant with you, and you will know that I am Adonai. So you will remember, be ashamed, and never open your mouth again because of your disgrace, when I have forgiven you of all that you have done. It is a declaration of Adonai.